EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Throwing, Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jerry Jeudy there to make the grab. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this division round matchup. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
First play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grab.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Justin Jefferson, 57 yards. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point forthcoming. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Daron Payne busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Now Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Jones looking for Shepard deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
This is caught. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 13. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 45 on second down. Hurts. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Myles Garrett, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Hurts throw pulled in by Jefferson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Throwing is Hurts. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance, going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Browns. Alvin Kamara from 21 yards away. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The point after is good, and the lead will shrink to 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You force the fumble, But when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Operating from the gun. Jones dancing to his left. And that's complete to Shepard. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones eluding the pressure right. Looking for his receiver, sharp, but it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
This defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Daniil Hunter, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Being chased out left. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Hurts. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's a...
He's got a man, complete. Oh. Touchdown, Bengals. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they were right on target there with a fade to get the 2.
It seems like a low percentage play, doesn't it? Because you're throwing it into a tough spot and there's not much room to come down. But when you have a really athletic receiver and a quarterback with touch, it's hard to defend.
To return it, Darius Phillips. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. As we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful eventful divisional round weekend. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. Room here to run. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Gabriel Davis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Jones now on 1st down. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. From 3 yards out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point right down the middle. And And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jerry Jeudy saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. Back to throw. Jones. That's caught.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route, took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
To throw again on second down. Hurts flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 83 yards. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Second down and 7. He'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts forced out to his left. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts rolling to his right. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Four yards remain for second down. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the Bengals are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Ezekiel Elliott, the 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now Jones operating from the gun. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch.
Touchdown, Browns! Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this certainly a key moment in this game. Trailing by 3. Fourth quarter with a spot in the chip. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Cincinnati.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
A first down carry by Elliott. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A give. This is Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. It's complete. Kamara. And some room to maneuver. Breaks through the contact. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
5 yards remain on second down. He'll look to throw. Quickly a slant to Renfro.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Alvin Kamara, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Hurts will throw. It's caught the run, and he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. On first down, Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.